Whew. So this Matthew Sluka NIL fallout with UNLV is absolutely insane. I'm making this video late at night because I was hoping there would be maybe a little bit more information coming out, but really it's just a bunch of finger pointing. Sluka saying it's UNLV's fault. UNLV's like, hey, we didn't do anything. We did everything, according to what Nevada says that we can. And so Matthew Sluka played 4 years at Holy Cross and goes in the transfer portal and transfers to UNLV. So apparently a UNLV assistant coach said that they can get Matthew Sluka $100,000 for him to come to UNLV. And he came to UNLV. And that was one of the main reasons he did. Apparently he had other offers, but he chose UNLV. And apparently UNLV has not gave him pretty much anything other than a $3,000 relocation stipend. And Matthew Sluka pretty much said, hey, there's no way that they're going to pay me. They've already had talks about this. And he's done. His team's 3-0. His completion percentage is under 50%, but he is a good runner with the ball. I know he has over 200 yards rushing on the year. So, he's a good runner. I don't think he's maybe the greatest passer. But now there's been talks where, after the 3-0 start, he went and asked for more money. Again, there's a lot of stuff that we don't know if it's true. We don't know if it'll ever come out to, what is true. But, this is the shady spot of the NIL and what coaches will go to, what links they'll go to get a player to commit to their program. This is not just one case. This happens a lot. Just nobody's had the balls to just up and leave. Your team's 3-0. A lot of guys wouldn't do this. Now, do I think on Matthew Sluka's part, is that kind of crappy? I do. And, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, that's his money. He should be getting it. Here's my thing on this. Maybe he's wanting that $100,000. Well, now him leaving, who's really going to give him anything now? If he keeps winning at UNLV, he can sell merchandise, which I thought that's what NIL was going to be. You can sell merchandise, autographs, and all that stuff he could sell and, have a team to do that. And, as his team's winning, the more you win, the more money you can make. So, Matthew Sluka, the one thing where he messed up, the biggest thing and the most valuable lesson he has learned, he's in college, he's supposed to learn things. Well, this is a very valuable lesson, especially in the business world. You don't take anybody's word for anything. I learned that at 14 years old. Shook a hand on somebody that we were doing baling hay. And, I was in high school and was supposed to make $9 an hour baling hay, which was tough work for $9 an hour. And I didn't even get that. And, I was lied to, but, I was in the country and it's like, hey, a handshake is supposed to mean something. And it doesn't. I don't care where you are. I don't care who it is. A handshake, nothing verbal means absolutely squat. You get something in writing with a lawyer's signature or with a lawyer looking over it, and you get it authorized. And that's where Matthew Sluka messed up. And he's got to know, he's got to take some accountability in that department where, dude, you committed without having anything signed. So that's his mistake. That he can go back and forth finger pointing, but he messed up in that department right there. Now, UNLV, did they promise him that? That's kind of crappy for them to do that. But that's the shady spot, the slimy, world of recruiting that we're in now. A lot of these coaches are there to get them to the university and, however means necessary. So it's definitely, I feel bad for Matthew Sluka because, this might be his only shot to get money. Is he a NFL caliber quarterback? Probably not, So this is his time to make money. So he feels like, hey, you know what? This is my time to get it. So now his best chance is the red shirt. He's going to take his red shirt year and come back the following year or transfer out somewhere else and maybe make another 6 figures. But this is going to be a bad look. See, this is a tricky play he's doing because now it shows that, he quit on his team. Let's just be honest. He did. His team's 3-0 and they're looking good for the possible playoffs down the road. And, he quit on his team. That doesn't show other teams like, hey, man, look what this guy will do if he doesn't, like, you know, if he doesn't get something going his way? What if it's something minor? This is a huge deal. I mean, if he was promised six figures, $100,000, but you know, it just wraps my head. Why don't you get anything in writing for that amount of money? If it's $1,000 or I don't know, a couple $100, whatever. Okay, it is what it is. But $100,000 and you didn't have nothing in writing. Well, you just learned a business. You learned the business. And, you know, I don't know what his major is in college. Maybe it's not business, because that was a bad business deal he did. But y'all let me know in the comments, you know, did Sluka do the right thing to just quit on his team and take the red shirt? Maybe he'll get more money. It's a ballsy play. You know, I don't know if there'll be another guy to have the balls to do that where, hey man, you're 3-0 and your team is winning and you're just going to quit on them. I don't know how many people would do that, because I feel like some guys know that, hey, the more eyes that are on me, the more money I could possibly get with endorsements, things like that. I don't know. I mean, to me, I'm like, oh, I wish he would not have done that. I wish he would have just maybe stuck it out, maybe at the end of the year, or, yeah, hey, listen, part ways with UNLV. But I don't know. It's definitely a tricky situation and a weird one, and it's definitely odd. But the NIL world is just taking it's the Wild West, a Wild West, and everybody knows that. But man, you know, I don't know where you go from here. You know, I mean, this is an isolated case, you know, with NIL and somebody not getting their money that's came out and publicly acknowledges. You know, I mean, of course, a lot of guys are getting lied to, but I mean, for somebody to do this, it takes a lot of balls. But y'all let me know in the comments, was this the right play for Sluka? Did you think UNLV, they were wrong for offering $100,000 if they did, which sounds like they did? But y'all let me know in the comments, do you think Sluka should have quit on his team? Listen, it's business now. College football players are getting paid. I don't think nobody has a problem with it. I just think it's how it's getting done. It's, man, it's really weird right now, and I'm hoping they really put barriers up on this stuff where it makes it more clear of what you can pay or what you can't do. And, well, you know, this took, it was like wildfire. I mean, once it got posted on Twitter, it went everywhere. I mean, I saw so many shows talking about it, but I was going to make something late tonight. But y'all let me know in the comments what you think, because I'm interested. You know, me, I'm like, oh, get it in writing. That's all I said. I was like, listen, you just, to me, if I had to say, Sluka should just go ahead and play out his entire year and just say to himself, I just learned a very valuable lesson, and that's on him. You know, hey, listen, the college is wrong for if they offered $100,000. But y'all let me know in the comments. As always, I appreciate y'all watching this channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.